Never accept the world as it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be.
Establishing agent connections.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to the Overwatch video review for Games Radar Plus. I'm Lucas Sullivan. I did the review, and I'm here with Anthony Snyder. What's up? And we are just going to talk about what makes this game so great.
So for the people that only watch the shorts, haven't really played it, couldn't get into the beta, what kind of game are we looking at?
So this is the first FPS from Blizzard Entertainment. It's a multiplayer shooter, and it uses heroes instead of classes for the roles. So at launch, there are 21 heroes, 12 maps, and 4 modes. There's one where you assault capture points, one where you escort a payload, a mode that combines the two, and then one where you have to capture a King of the Hill style point. So it's a completely objective-based team shooter. Blizzard Entertainment does plan on adding heroes and maps for free in the future, as well as a competitive mode, but that is not yet in the game.
For free, you say?
For free.
No season pass,
no
you
cost.
say?
No season pass.
Woo-hoo! All right, so what are the graphics looking like? The stages, the arenas, everything that you're telling me about.
Let me tell you, Anthony, this is a beautiful game. I mean, the graphics are amazingly well done. The visuals are on par with Pixar movies. The hero designs are actually really, really nice. They're all varied. They all feel super unique. And I kind of think of it as like a fighting game roster where you know that every character is going to be someone's favorite. Everyone's worth loving. It's got that classic Blizzard level of polish. Everything's presented super well, and the controls are accessible whether you're playing on controller, on console, or mouse and keyboard. There are tons of unlockables to get, and the best part is they're all aesthetic, so they don't affect the gameplay. Some are less exciting than others. You got sprays on one end and super cool legendary skins on the other. Yeah, those loot boxes are tempting. They're habit forming. And yeah, I just want to re-emphasize, this is a multiplayer-only shooter. You should know that going in. There really isn't any storytelling in the game itself besides little bits of dialogue between characters.
Doesn't feel right coming back here.
All right, so how do the matches typically play out? Like, are they quick? Are they slow? Are they in between?
Yeah, the matches are super quick, which is nice. They take about 7 to 10 minutes on average. You know, that lets you get a lot of matches in. And they're very urgent, where everyone's trying to go for the objective, ideally. You don't want to be focusing on kills in Overwatch.
Which
I've seen
sometimes,
and it gets ugly.
Push the payload,
yeah,
not the death.
Stay focused. There's also room for amazing comebacks on either side because the ultimate abilities that each hero has are very, very swingy. So like any other multiplayer shooter or MOBAs or anything like that, it can be tough and sometimes frustrating if your teammates aren't working together and focusing on objectives. But that kind of comes with the territory. And I will say one thing about the matches is they're very intense and action-packed, but boy, when you're on defense and you die, it feels like it takes forever to walk back to the action.
All right, what can you tell me about the maps? I've seen like there's about 12 of them, and they're all, from what I played, they're super unique.
Yeah, they're all different locations around the globe. They're all super pretty. But I have a little problem with the layout of the maps in that they kind of feel segmented sometimes. And some of those segments feel like they just get passed over really quickly. And that's especially apparent when there's any kind of imbalance between the attacking and defensive team. If the offense is too strong, they're just going to blow through certain areas. And if the defense is too strong, you feel like you never make it past, you know, the starting gate, and that's not really fun for the people attacking. And there are usually multiple pathways on each map, but the way they're designed is the main choke points are always the most obvious. So it can be tough for new players to figure out, like, oh, I don't have to just run in and die at the same spot over and over. I can actually go around the sides. And that's something that'll just get better with time. And I gotta say, so far, I actually prefer the control point maps the most because they're symmetrical and they're best of 3. So it gives teams the most opportunity to make adjustments instead of just grinding it out.
Okay, so what is it that keeps drawing you back to the game? What's gonna keep you playing this?
So Overwatch does an amazing job of making you feel heroic when you're playing it. No matter what you're doing for your team, as long as you're working together, it feels like you're always contributing to your team's success. Now, one of the ways Overwatch highlights your performance is the play of the game at the end of the match, which is basically just a highlight. And the algorithm could use some work. Sometimes it's not the most exciting play, or you feel like someone got it undeservedly, but it always feels amazing when you're the one in the spotlight. And the end of match stats screen does a really good job of encouraging players to celebrate each other's small victories, regardless of whether they took the match or they lost it. Overwatch does a really amazing job of just making the moment-to-moment gameplay super intense and gratifying. It's amazingly fun with friends, and I was finding that whether I won or lost a match, I was ready to just get back into the next one right away. The other good thing is that, you know, with any multiplayer shooter, you want there to be room for growth within the community, and it feels like there's a huge skill ceiling in Overwatch. It'll take players a long time to figure out like the best spots on each map, the best team compositions, which heroes act as counters to other heroes on the opposing team, and just how to make the kind of huge plays that define fun multiplayer.
Okay, so score, what are we talking?
I'm gonna go with a 4.5 out of 5 on Overwatch. It's an amazing experience. There's definitely room for improvement, and I think Blizzard will deliver on that.
All right. Well, if you want to read the full review, make sure you go to gamesradar.com, or if you want to check out some more video reviews like this one, go to our YouTube page at youtube.com/gamesradar.